Let's take a look. All of you are happy. Why is that damaged? Mushroom may not survive. Hello everyone. I'm Level36 and welcome back to Stationeers. I was doing some between session prep, but I had an opportunity show up that I kind of had to take, and I figured it'd be good to show on camera. So I was just playing around with some more trading while I'm waiting for some other stuff to print for what the objective to start this session is, but we have a plant trader. A plant trader. We can buy seeds. We are buying all of the seeds. This is what we made all of that money for. I will go bankrupt to get all of these seeds. We do already have soybeans. We already wheat. Yes. Yes. We can grow all of the things. Ferns. Mushrooms. We do want to be a little bit careful. We don't need more potatoes. Corn. Pumpkins. Need sugar cane. Need cocoa. Alright. Down to our last couple $100, but I think we'll actually be able to get everything we want. Rice, I think we already have soybeans. Tomatoes. Have wheat. Witchgrass. Do they want to buy anything? Not really. Alright, we know we have potatoes, we've got soybeans, we've got wheat. So now we have the rest of the seeds. This is exciting. Carry all this stuff inside. I was just working on doing some assembly, but now that we have this, I think our objective has changed a little bit. Tomat. Running out of space. Mushrooms. Spots for 2 more things. I guess we can throw some stuff in the airlock. I hope everyone's day is going well. I'm having a good weekend. Some new exciting things coming to the next update for Stationeers. Some new instructions for the good old MIPS system. So there'll be a device load and so branch, load, and set, not ballot. So it's essentially, I think it's intended as a way of basically switching or doing certain instructions based on what type of device is assigned. So if you're using, say, like for optional devices, where if you have a light, you can use this branch. If you don't have if it's not valid, it branches over it. So it's neat. There's ways of doing that already, I'm pretty sure, in the system, but it's nice that they've added in a like actual single line instruction way of doing that. Might be able to see what I was going to work on here. We're going to get started with some rockets. I have no idea what I'm doing with rockets, but we'll learn together. But first, we need to go expand our growing area, because we need to get ready to make that cake for 1 year on station. And this takes a minute. Glad we bought or sold all that stuff last time, because man, we had just enough money to get all the different plants. I think most of these should be compatible with our current grow zone. I know some of them would probably prefer different light conditions, but it just might not be ideal growth conditions. It might just have to be good enough growth conditions. Although we do have to keep in mind the more plants we plant, the faster it's going to consume CO2, so we may need to start recycling our atmosphere at a slightly higher rate. Hey, that stuff's building. Yeah, I originally went out there because I remembered that I had broken my pipe out there that fed the furnace and never replaced it. So I was getting ready to make some steel, and it wasn't going to make. Should take that now. There we go. Alright, let's head upstairs.
Hunger caution.
Are you stuck again? Make sure you didn't mess anything up. It seems fine. Alright, though. Still don't actually have, like, a cupboard up here, which is slightly unfortunate, so... To the floor with thee! So I could always just go build a locker real quick. Ooh, wheat's harvestable. Alright. Did I... I could have sworn I had more hydroponics up here. Is it? There it is. I found it. I guess with the hydroponics devices, you can tell when they're, what growth state they're in, or how much water is in there. I thought they made an even set of 4 rows of this, but I guess I didn't. I guess I could always take apart downstairs planting area. Not that it's a huge issue. Water pipes. Cool belt. Alright, so these now are all hooked up and ready to go. We might need to install another grow light. This might be just outside of where that grow light can reach. Let's see. For my desired chocolate cake, I'd like to make the nice one. We need flour, milk, egg, sugar, and cocoa. Now we bought eggs and milk. We can make milk now, I think, because milk is make them, right?
Waste tank caution.
Milk is, yeah, soy oil. I can speak words, good. Soy oil and fernotoxin from a fern. So we're good on that. So for this, we need cocoa powder or cocoa.
Hydration critical.
Which means we're going to need to plant that cocoa. Ew. See? So, cocoa, light per day. So the range is pretty wide. The ideal is less. I think we have it set to 10 and 5, so it's not going to be in its ideal zone. Honestly, that's probably okay, because, you know, things can't always be ideal. And I only have one grow room right now. So theoretically, if we just grab my cocoa seeds, I'm only going to plant one, so I don't want to screw this up. But it seems happy. Then we also are going to need sugar, sugarcane. It's kind of the same. Temperature might be something we have to be careful about, but I think that it's going to be fine. So we should just be able to just plant some sugarcane. And that'll get us our sugar. We have egg, have milk, but if we want to make more milk, we're going to need some soy and fern. Let's just check our fern real quick. Make sure it's also happy at the same. Okay. Totally happy. Have we... I think we have soybeans. Yep, soybeans right there. Now we have cocoa, sugarcane, fern. I guess we can plant everything else too, just so we have it. Corn. It really doesn't want much darkness, but it should be fine. Rice. One of the things we may need to keep aware of is our water consumption, because this is going to start using significantly more water. So we don't want to get into a situation where we're using more water than, like, we have. Okay, yeah, we are going to need more grow lights, too, because these are still theoretically in darkness. Let's pick our last couple. We shouldn't need switchgrass for anything right now, so... Pumpkin. Tomato. Now, mushrooms, I think, are like one that's kind of odd. It consumes oxygen and outputs carbon dioxide, which could be nice because we are trying to, like, not use all of our carbon dioxide out of the air. Let's go grab some more grow lights. I know we made more. Somewhere. We'll have to extend our auto grow network a little bit. Can you not go in the orientation that I want you to? What's wrong with that? There's a cable there? Send that there, then. Do I have any more layer track? No. Alright. Downstairs to see what we've got down here. And probably do the next bit of the rocket stuff to make. Onyx. One of these. Did I make one? Oh, there we go. More grow lights. This is exciting. I can make the rest of the plants now. Patience. I could place this easy. I think that's in line. Oh, it didn't like that. I might have slightly broke it. Be careful about building onto bar while it's trying to move. Will just glitch out on you. Station 19, we need to grab... Oh, let's do the road lights first. These... Cable. Oh, what a cable is. I'm guessing it's running down this side here. Because that makes sense. So we're gonna put... My wiring. That's right, we can only go through... How did we wire these ones in? Oh, we can. we can go through. I just have to aim better. Might run outside to see how this is all routed. Let's see. Is there anything else I need? I have enough cable. I don't think I need anything else outside presently. Let's queue up the next one of these. We're going to need a power umbilical. All right. I guess I could always upgrade these to the one step larger vents to make this just a little bit faster. Because I don't think there's anything else I can do to make it run quicker at this point. Alright, yeah, I was right. I just needed to do this. Also, probably... I guess we can also just run one of these right down. Because that's going to be where the next... No, the rail's here. Okay. That'll be... The next row of lights will be over here. So yeah, this is fine. There we go. Cool. In fact, we can also... We only need the one direction. So we want to further expand my growing zone. We can just do that, and then we can throw those right there, and everything will be great and happy. Water right here. What's needed to do out here this second? No, I don't think so. Alright, let's go check to see if they're all happier now. And we can get on to some more rocketry. Yeah, I have no clue how the rockets work in the game. I've never messed with them before, and I watched like a 5-minute tutorial, so I'd say I'm a certified rocket scientist at this point. I'm sure it'll be fine. It won't be frustrating at all. I'm not setting myself up for failure at all. I don't know what you mean. While the klaxon is cool, I don't know that I'm going to use it in future playthroughs. It's kind of annoying. I was doing some thinking, though, about what the next planet I want to play on will be. And I would like to up the difficulty a little bit. While Mars is classified, I think, as... I don't know, is it still beginner, or is it technically intermediate? I think it still might be beginner. I think this is a great place to get started on, for my first like late game, like all the way through run through. But I do think next one I want to do a hot planet, because the big challenge with hot planets is that you don't get ice. So all gas production will have to be done, well, with the atmosphere and with plants. So the two hot planets are Vulcan and Venus. And Venus is definitely the harder of the available options. So I think we might go with Vulcan. Just because while I am definitely better at this game than I was when I started this run, I am still not that good at this game. So I think I want somewhere where I can learn how to do a lot more temperature management in a still relatively like safe environment. Oh, my power is suffering again. Well, the generator should kick on here in a bit. It's using so much more power now.
Hunger caution.
Let's take a look. All of you are happy. Why is that damaged? Mushroom may not survive. Driving towards fruiting, but it's like getting damaged. Is it because of the lights? You not. And there's definitely enough oxygen in the environment. Says it's thriving, yet it's decreasing its durability. What is going on? Too hot? Usually it tells me when a plant is unhappy. I don't think this will give us an active status. So I'll charge the battery up just a little more. Let's get close enough to the charger. Be sad? I don't know. Maybe I was a little ambitious with trying to grow mushroom. Pressure is fine. Temperature is fine. Oh. Light, yeah. So it is light. Because it's... Well, that's unfortunate. So it needs to be grown out of light. I can salvage this at this point, because all of these do need light. It only has like a minute of light damage resistance. No. So if we build one in the corner, far enough away from the grow lights, it should still be fine. Also, we do need to modify this program so it is ready for import, edit, last plant tray is going to be station 19, I think. $19. Export. Boop. Boop. There we go. All right. That should be all of our new plants, besides the mushroom. I keep hitting the wrong button. Mostly happy. Sad mushrooms. I'm sorry. Man, that thing sounds really unhappy when it slows down. Oh, that's terrible. Next time I build one of those, I gotta find a better script. Like, it works. Oh. Well, what else can I plant? I guess we can leave that empty for now. It's dumping out all of its inventory now. Well, anyway, let's go on to our adventures with rocketry. So, what I know about rockets so far. To build a rocket, we're going to build a very basic rocket. We want to build a rocket so it can go do some ice mining. Because we want to get our ices automated by sending rockets off into space so that it can come back with more gas. Then, you know, I know it's not implemented, but the theory is like when we're done with this series here on Mars, we'd hop in the rocket and launch off to our next location. But if I go into my menu here, we essentially are going to need to build everything on a launch pad with a launch tower. That's what we need to start building, is the launch tower. And that is what we'll build the rocket on. So the rocket, we're using the basic pump gas engine. I think one of the potential upgrades, depending on how much longer we are on this planet, will be to make a liquid gas engine, because it's much more efficient. But for now, it's just going to be a pumped gas engine. We are going to, I think, fill it with pre-mixed fuel, so we only have to deal with one fuel system, as long as I'm reading the kind of guide correctly. So we're going to fill it full of fuel. It needs the logic system so we can communicate with it to the computer. We are going to need a gas umbilical. Here we're going to need a computer. So essentially there's some electronics. There's 3 systems we're going to need to install in this rocket, essentially. There is the gas system to fuel it, the power system to power it, and then the mining system to do the mining bits. So we're going to kind of figure this all out together. I'll probably pause here for a second and print out a bunch more of this stuff, and then once I'm done with that, I'll start assembling the launch pad, and we can probably blow up our first rocket together. Although the first rocket may be in the next episode, so we'll do most of the building this time, I think. So I'll be back here in a second once I print out some more things. Right now, essentially all I've got is the mount, the engine, some fuselage bits, the avionics, some umbilicals, the launch tower. What I still need are the rocket batteries, all the plumbing and pressure regulation and all of that, the uplink and downlink, all that stuff. And I know there's some more that we can do with rockets using IC circuits, but honestly, I don't know how those work yet. So we'll maybe experiment with that once we get our first, most basic rocket running. So I'll be back here in a second. I'm also going to empty up my waste tank. I'll be back here in a second once I have this all set up. Welcome back. Just a little pause to print everything up. I think we've got just about everything we should probably need at this point. Maybe, I don't know. I've never done this before. It took a while to print everything. Also, it took some time to build out our little launch pad area here, so I decided to put it off the side of my atmospherics room so that we could have easy access to our gas system, unlike what I did with the trade station, where it's all the way over there. So I also ran a power cord over here so we could have electricity. And I grabbed the gas tank because we are going to need to mix up some rocket fuel. Right. Yeah, I figured this would be a nice little area for like our control pad / logistics stuff. Then we can send everything back that way. So, I've never done this before, but let's get started. I think the first thing we need is the launch mount. So this goes kind of in the floor here. Put that in. Then we need a screwdriver. Oh, welding torch. Okay. Where's my welder? Up there. I'm just blind. And steel sheets. Hopefully oh. Screwdriver and steel sheets. Welding torch and steel sheets. But it even has a destination code already set in it. That's kind of interesting. Hopefully I don't know which side I put the data and power connections. Is there... No, there's not data and power connections. Ah! There's a hole right there. Because that all is done through the umbilical, I think. Hopefully, I don't know. I've never played it. We'll find out together. So I think the next thing I need is a fuselage, and that gives us our engine mount. We're gonna need a lot of steel sheets. Hopefully I printed enough to start off with. I just fell into my rocket. So from there, we need our gas engine. Now this is built right there. Okay. Needs some pipes. Hopefully we build a good rocket. I don't think we need to worry about balance within the rocket itself. I think that's luckily been abstracted out, but there is a limitation to the weight that we can carry. Alright, so we've got our gas engine. We have power and then our gas connection. Now, if we grab our next fuselage, we need a... What is the difference in A5, A4, A3, A2, A1? Just a visual difference? Hey, look at the guide real quick. It tells you to use a certain type, and I think I'm just going to use that. Engine mount type A1. Maybe it doesn't tell you. Alright, we're just gonna try an A1. So, we have to build everything that we need in this area right here. So that means we're going to need to put pipes in, we're going to need to put gas tanks in, we're going to need to do all of that. So there's going to be some... We want to make this relatively small. This is not a mining rocket. This is going to be a sensor rocket. So the exact layout for this, I'm not really sure what we should do. I think we're supposed to use heavy coils with this. That is... So we essentially have a 3x3 space here that we can use. So we're going to definitely need power. It's going to be a little bit of a tricky Tetris puzzle here to get all of the stuff we need in this space. We take a pipe directly out and then over up. That might work pretty well. Then we can grab one of our... I need more tanks. I guess I did not bring enough. Big is the battery. Battery is relatively small. The umbilicals are just 1x1s. Let's see whether we can put the launch tower. Two. Tower. This side. We're gonna need more launch tower as well. So let's think about our core systems real quick. We need power, fuel. We don't need cargo if this is just going to be a scanning rocket. So we need power, fuel, data. I don't think we're going to be able to pack all of that in just that space. So let's throw our other fairing on real quick. Fuselage. We have too high. We got plenty of space now. Now we can start filling this in. I think I'm going to put all of the fuel storage down in the bottom. How many of these do we need? Fuel tanks. Like 5. Jeez. Okay. Hopefully that's all the fuel we'll need will be in this one cylinder. Yeah, some more fairings, so we can always put those in if we need to. Data links. We won't need that for now. We need gas, power, scanner. We need something else to hook up to these. It's the scanner. So these have to be stacked. We can't do them one by one, and they have to be centered. That's good to know. Hopefully one medium battery is enough? I don't know. I don't know how much power this stuff all uses. It's so slow! I am really excited for the next update to Stationeers as well, though, because we're going to also need our pressure regulators. The new terrain stuff looks really cool, but I'm also excited for more of a reason to build, like, micro bases all around. So I don't remember if I've talked about this yet in an episode, but it's been mentioned to me a few times in Discord. But, ooh, a storm. Good. That means we will get much power. And it was a good time to come in here to start printing more things. But the new terrain system is introducing a essentially the deep drills. So the ones I use to get essentially infinite resources right now, instead of making infinite resources anywhere on the map, each area in the map, oh, these are only single stack. Each area of the map is only going to have one, or it's going to have a limited set. I don't think it's just one per area. I think it's probably like 2 or 3 or 4 per different area of the map. But there's only going to be so many types of resources that you can get at each location. Gas. Oh wait, no, I already. No, we have another one. Whoops, I needed a power one. There's going to only be so many types of ores that you can get in a single location. So you're going to have to build outposts all across the map to mine resources. So with that, we'll just send you down to the basement. In mind, you're going to need to either build massive, long, miles-long chute and cable networks, which is less than optimal, I'm sure we can all imagine, because, you know, obviously one of these tiles is not a super large distance, and then it's 5 cables and chutes to get across that. So you're going to need to build little outposts with power, independent atmospheric systems, most likely in case you get stuck there and you need to do some maintenance on whatever, because they're also bringing back the rover. I think it's just the basic rover right now is the one that's in the beta version. I actually haven't played around in the beta. I might kind of do some messing around in the beta a little bit to see what's up with that, but the what I do know is that it looks super cool to have a rover. I think you can attach 2 portable crates to the rover so that you can move more resources around. Obviously, we might do some cardboard boxes or mining belts inside of crates, but like ideally, if you wanted to like fully make it as efficient as possible, because I don't believe right now there's going to be a way of like telling a rover to go to an area using like IC commands and then loading and unloading it, although that'd be super cool. Like each outpost, right, as far as my current understanding, should have everything it needs to fully process whatever ores it's able to mine, so that you can bring those back to your base in as condensed of a form as possible. Let's also grab some more pipes. I don't think we need to use insulated pipes in the rocket. I guess I could be wrong, but hopefully I'm not. Fortunately, it's storming, so let's see. Is there anything else that I need to make? Oh, I don't think I need a celestial tracker. I think that's only for, like, telescope. I didn't even know was a thing, but maybe we should make one of these to track our rocket? Question mark? Kind of expensive. I don't know. I guess we can make one just to see what it's all about. You will need a celestial tracker. I'll have to give that a second to finish. But yeah, it's going to be exciting to have more reasons to build, like, disparate, separate bases all around the map, and then to be able to rover between them. Obviously, on planets with atmospheres, which if we do play on Vulcan next, we will have, we'll have to set up some kind of storm monitoring so that we don't get caught out in a storm. A little garage at each area to park in for safety. And yeah, it should be pretty cool. I'm hopeful that in our next series, like, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. For Stationeers being my primary series that I record, I have not interacted with much Stationeers media, really. Like, I've watched some tutorials from some of the bigger channels, like, that are out there, but I haven't watched anyone else's, like, full playthrough, so I don't really know if this station is... I'd say this is considered probably in the medium-sized station class, because I've definitely seen people build much, much larger, more impressive stations, like in the Discord and things like that. So I'm excited for next time to maybe take on some larger construction projects and really make especially much more rapid progress. I feel like a lot of this series was just learning what I'm supposed to be doing, and hopefully the next one can be applying and making rapid progress to being much, much more fully operational at a year into the series, because, well, both in real life and in the game, we are almost, well, real life we're over a year, and in the game we're almost at a year. It's worth... Oh, I made 3 of these. Whoops. Well, I guess it's not the end of the world. We're planning on making more rockets. Since this is the sensor rocket, we also need a mining rocket. We need to be able to, you know, find the ore before we can send something up to mine the ore. What else might we need? Waiting. It's hard to do construction outside in a storm. Ooh, over? Yes, okay. Last check through. I think I'm fine now. Head on now. Oh, I was gonna make some more of those, dang it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Interior. Quickly. Whoops. Should have let it just cycle. Oh, well, it's not the end of the world. It's vented a little bit of our atmospheric gas. should have plenty of it. In fact, we may actually want to go check to see if it's still making more. I didn't actually set up a pressure limit on that system, so, you know, don't really want to blow up the base again. We need more launch tower. That's the one thing I forgot while I was rambling on. I also need to hook up my shower eventually. It's been a long time since my dude's had a shower. Probably does not smell very good. This might be a little longer, so but that's all right. Launched. Let's build another probably 3 of you. And while that's doing that, we'll run over here. Yeah, that's plenty. That is plenty of atmospheric gas. CO2 is not, because this is set at 1.5%. Okay, never mind. It's exactly where it's supposed to be. Fall in here. Some stuff. This stuff into the machine. It's still making things. Our last one now. So by pre-mixing the gas, we shouldn't need to mix it in the rocket, which should make this easy, I think. I don't know, we'll all find out together when it explodes. Hopefully it just doesn't take my base with it. Now let's go out. Alright, we should have everything we need. We've got the power umbilical, we've got the tanks, we've got the launch tower, we've got the gas umbilical, we've got the sensor array, we've got all that good stuff. We've got a power transformer for the rocket, we've got batteries for the rocket. We are going to need to keep in mind that the batteries need to be separate from the rocket. I believe the batteries kind of work the same way. We need to put a transformer in there to make sure we don't just like absolutely send it with all of the power in the world straight into the battery. So we're going to want to be a little bit careful with that. Launch tower, launch tower. We are going to want our tank. So if I put this now, let's actually pull that out. So I want to rotate it. Yeah.
Hydration critical.
Of course I'm thirsty, so that's a little bit annoying. But hopefully we can kind of just make some progress on that before I have to go grab a drink. Now with the pumped engine, I think we can just send it as far as pressure goes. So that should be hooked up now. So obviously we don't have our umbilical set up yet, but in theory, that is plumbed in. So for our battery, see if we can't make use of some of this dead space. How big is the transformer? We do. Take our battery. It right there. We're gonna need some bits and bobs to flesh this stuff out, I'm sure. Cable coil. Let's do these parts. We don't have that. We probably did not need. I think we're going to add one more battery as well. On this side, we probably could have gotten away with not using heavy coil, but I don't know. Makes me feel better. Fight me. It's also just what I made a ton of, so it is what it is. Then if we grab our power umbilical, if I'm correct, yeah, so these just kind of slot onto this launch tower anywhere. So if we get the angled version of this, that there, now
Hunger caution.
figure more power is not a bad thing to have in a rocket. So now, when we hook up power from the launch tower here, that will charge the batteries, and then our transformer here will send that power. So this is the output, hopefully, right? Yeah, output. Send that power to this line here, which is our main power and data line. What else did I say I need to put in here? So we're going to need a gas umbilical to fill the gas tank. Honestly, we can probably just put that, like, right above this. Keep this nice and condensed. If we regulate the input, we shouldn't need a pressure regulator inside, hopefully? Question mark? Trying to put as minimal amount of stuff in this rocket as possible. Does this need to be facing any specific sort of way? Just need to be in the rocket. feel like it's supposed to be that kind of a thing. Kind of stick out the side. I don't know if it matters super much though, but we'll do that because I think it looks better. We're gonna need so many just various little bits and bobs to get all this stuff finished. That might just take steel sheets and our welding torch. Let's see, what else do we have? So we've got our rocket avionics and that, and then we've got the link things. So the scanner head. Where are our communications things? Yeah, rocket data link. Alright, let's go see if we can install these real quick before we die. Also, we need one more fairing for, like, the actual nose. Fuselage. Quickly! I don't want my one death just because I'm being stubborn. Alright. Avionics. Smaller than I thought it would be. We're gonna need a whole bunch of electronics parts. I think that's actually everything. We might have been able to actually pack this into a smaller rocket. Well, let's head back inside so we don't die. And then maybe we can finish up this stuff. Or maybe we'll leave that till next time. I think we've got all of the stuff in our rocket now that we need for our scanning rocket. Maybe it's a little big. I don't know if I really want to... I guess maybe we can try and reconfigure it a little bit. Come on. Airlock. Not the time to be super slow. I think we have everything we need in there. We're going to need to set up our gas mixing and get the power and all of that wired up to the launch tower. We'll also have to hook up the actual pipe between the gas, whatchamacallit, intake and the gas tank. We find we need more capacity. We can always use these inline tanks as well. Come on. Check on our plants real quick as well, and I think they'll finish off for today. I think next time we're going to try and finish off the rocket, because we are a little over an hour of runtime here. Try and finish off the rocket, and then get into... I can't even see it from up here. Ooh. Ooh, it's collecting the fern. Things are growing. They're all thriving besides the mushrooms that died. Let's see what we've got in here. Wheat, fern. Beans, sugarcane, rice, potato, wheat. We might need to, like, eject everything, then stack it all and then put it back in, because it's kind of getting like using a lot of storage space that it may not need to. But yeah, it's cool. We've got some ferns collected. I think that makes like super toxic stuff that we only need to use in a couple recipes. And but yeah, this is super cool. We've got all of our plants that we need now, which is awesome. I'm super glad that trader stopped by and that I checked that that was an available trader. We're still a little hungry, so we'll keep with tradition and make another baked potato. I don't need 20, I need 1 potato. Oh, I've got plenty of 1 potatoes in here. But yeah, I'm excited to get this rocket done. In this size of rocket, honestly, we might be able to make the mining stuff in there too, at least a little basic mining rig. I thought it was going to take more space than it did, but we should see how it flies without it first, and then if we do get there, we can always add it in, I think. But yeah, it's super cool. I am excited to get that running and probably mess it up somehow and make it explode. So we'll see if that happens next time. I hope you're having a wonderful day and have a good rest of your day. I've been Level36. If you have enjoyed, please drop a like, a subscribe, a comment. It always helps me out. The channel's still growing at a steady pace, and I'm super happy about that. I'm glad there's plenty of people out there that enjoy what I do, so I'll catch you all next week.